and welcome to Prenatal Focus. I am so glad that you are here. Now, if you are here with this workout, you are in the intermediate and advanced portion. So please make sure that this is where you are supposed to be, where you want to be, etc. Make sure that you have watched not only the main intro video for this entire program, but also the intro video for this trimester. I know that's a lot of videos to watch, but they are so important. They give you a lot of details about the program in general, what you can expect, equipment, so forth. But the trimester videos are very important as well. They tell you what to look forward to, what you can expect, and things that you should be watching when it comes to each trimester, etc. So please make sure that you have watched those as well. And if you didn't get to watch those videos, I'm right here along doing this with you. We're in this together. So with that being said, welcome again to your first workout. Now, today's workout is upper focus. How it's gonna work, what you can expect from here on out. If you didn't watch the intro videos, I will go ahead and tell you. I basically introduce the workouts in the beginning. I tell you what you're gonna need, etc. During the warm-up, I kind of go through what the actual workout is. So also remember, if you didn't watch the intro, then you're gonna hear this for the first time. I talk a lot. Feel free to mute me if you don't enjoy that. I like to cue on form and educate you. So we'll always show the move with or without weight first, full out. Then I'll either grab my weight or I'll show any modifications that are needed, etc. So please go as I show you and then just adjust as I give form cues, okay? But with that being said, today is upper focus. So you will need dumbbells for this workout. Please make sure you have a variety available, light, medium, heavy. I'm gonna be using a variety because we have quite a different variety of moves. I don't know where my brain was going with that, pregnancy brain, right? And you have a little bonus at the end. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this warm-up and I'll tell you what you can expect. We're gonna go ahead and get started with this warm-up. We're gonna do some trunk twists first. Now, as we do these, please pick up that back leg. Don't keep your hips straight forward. Ready? Let's go, right here. So what I want you to do is really over-exaggerate with your upper body here. That's gonna get a nice, good rotation in that T-spine or thoracic spine. It's part of your upper back, and it gets pretty stuck and unhappy during pregnancy, all right? So let's talk about today's workout and what you can expect. We're gonna go to some lateral arm swings here. Come on down now, lateral lat. So right here, this is helping work those lats and get them nice and warmed up as well as some of your shoulder muscles, okay? We have a lot of shoulder work today. It's all upper body. You have 4 rounds, okay? Keep going, I'll let you know when to switch. But the 4th round is kind of a bonus. It doesn't really follow the same pattern as the first 3. First 3 are the exact same. All right, basically what you're doing in the first 3, 2, 1, straight up for me. You're giving me a W. Hit that field goal, squeeze your shoulder blades, back up, bring it forward, shoulder height, pull it back. Again, squeeze the shoulder blades and just keep repeating that, okay? Make sure you're not arching back, all right? But like I said, first 3 rounds, exact same setup. All right, there's gonna be 3 minutes on the clock. Your goal is to see how many rounds of the exercises you can get done. All right, so 2, 1, what I want you to do, nice shoulder rolls back here for me. There are 2 exercises in each round. Each and every exercise has 6 reps, okay? So move 1, you're doing 6 reps. Move 2, 6 reps. Go back to move 1, go back to move 2, and repeat as many times as you can in 3 minutes. Once the 3 minutes is up, you're gonna get a break. We're gonna go into a new set of exercises, okay? 3, 2, 1. I want you to grab some water. Remember, while you are pregnant, you need a lot more water, especially if you're working out. So every break we get, I want you to move around and sip. Don't gulp. Sip. So, round 1, your 2 moves is a bicep curl variation on top of a row, bent over row, kick back, okay? So go ahead and grab your weights. You have 6 and 6, okay? So feel it out. You can interchange, totally okay to do. Move one bicep. You're doing a full and then a half. That's 1. Back up, half, that's 2, okay? So the full and the half is 1 rep, you have 6. Then you're coming into that hinged position, all right? Row up towards your ribs, kick it back for those triceps, and down, that's 1. You have a total of 6, okay? Let's go. Don't worry, I will talk through it more. I will give you modifications if needed. Here we go, bicep. Now, you go at your own pace, all right? I'm gonna show you just a couple full out, and then I'll go back and start doing it myself, okay? So this is the bicep. You're bringing it all the way up, bringing it down, half, down, that's 1, okay? So you have 6 total. Now, for the row, karate chop here at your hips. You are rowing up towards your ribs, kicking it back, squeezing, coming in, down for 1, okay? Now, I'm gonna go over a little bit of form for you, okay? So, you just keep going. Just as I say things, if you're like, oh wait, I'm not doing that, just adjust it. Don't have to stop, okay? So, bicep, always, you're gonna hear me say this a lot. Rotate that pelvis, no arching. Rotate, elbows are in tight. Act like there's a band, snapping them into your sides, okay? And you can't move. Right here, down, up, don't hit your shoulders. We don't want that. At that point, your muscles aren't working. So come up, fight gravity on the way down, don't let it win. All right, you're gonna get the most out of a move when you fight gravity on the way down. Bring it up to half, 90, and then right back down. Have a little pause at the top of the move, okay? 2 seconds, that's fine. Then for this row, you're karate chopping at your hips, okay? Your glutes are going back. You're rotating that pelvis, nice neutral position. So no rounding, no weird arch, okay? What you're doing, weights here, you're rowing up towards your ribs, squeezing your shoulder blades towards that spine. You hold that position as you kick it back and extend at the elbows and squeeze your triceps. Again, try and do a 2-second hold at the top of the move, okay? You extend, hold, bring it in, bring it down. Again, fight gravity. Gravity's gonna want you to do this, okay? Fight gravity. You're gonna get the most out of it. And if you need to, change up weight. Totally okay to do. Totally okay, all right? Breathe through every move. Do not hold your breath, all right? Now, if you're starting to think, I'm feeling my back on these rows, okay? If you start to believe that, you have less than 30 seconds, okay? What I want you to do is really try rotating your pelvis. This kicks on some of those deep core muscles automatically, okay? Brace here. If you're not sure how to brace your core during pregnancy, go to the introduction section of this entire program. So many videos there for you, okay? But you're almost done. I'm gonna keep talking. You're doing great. Rotate and always feel free, go ahead and relax because we're gonna do this one again. You can always just focus on one side too, all right? And then switch every time. Round 2, we have upright rows. So right here, chest level, no higher, all right? Right here and down, and then you're going into a Y raise. All right, Ys, I want you to go light on. I want you to go light on. Get the feel for it first, all right? You have less than 3, so get ready. I'm gonna show without weight first again. Here we go. Upright, palms face you, and down, all right? Right here, up, down. Why? It's not a front, and it's not lateral. Remember, everything is 6 reps, okay? You're going to the corners of the room, thumbs up. Not like you have to stick them up, but thumbs up towards the ceiling, okay? So you're not doing this, you're not doing this. Right here and down, slight bend in your elbows. Form everywhere else stays the same for both. So let me go over that. All right, you're planting your feet underneath your hips, slight bend in your knees. You're not locking it out, okay? You are rotating that pelvis, engaging your core, especially for the down on the Ys. If you are properly engaging your core and you slow the move down to a good 3 or 4 count, you're gonna feel that core kick on, okay? It's trying to help stabilize you, and it's trying to help you control this movement so that gravity doesn't win, okay? Going for the Ys, shoulder height or just below. You're not bringing it up here, okay? Again, light weight. Here's why you do lightweight for those Ys, okay? When it comes to the Ys, this is a muscle group that tends to go pretty weak in pregnancy, all right? Now, not just that, but people who work at desk jobs, who sit a lot of the time, maybe they're on their phones a lot, they're on a computer a lot, this tends to get pretty weak, okay? So again, you're going at your own pace, breathe through the moves. Remember, your trunk down has the same form and foundation. 6 reps each, you can switch it out, all right? Remember, engage your core, rotate that pelvis. Rotating that pelvis slightly gives you a neutral position, okay? Breathe for me. Hold at the top just for a few seconds. All right, you can do it. Your shoulders are gonna feel this combo, all right? 6 and 6, go at your own pace. If you ever need to, you take a break, all right? If you ever need to modify these, 1 at a time, all right? Now, if you really need to modify the Ys, if it's really hard standing, if you're like, I can't get my core to click on with this, or it's hard for me to control it down, come on down to the ground into a quad position. You're gonna take one hand out right here, all right? It's gonna get you the same work, but it allows you to take some of the work out of your core and trying to stabilize, okay? You're doing great. Keep going for me. Remember, chest height, not any higher for these uprights. You're pulling up, go ahead and relax, not back. Okay, you'll see those again. Grab a sip, round 3. Whole new set of exercises, and then we go back to the beginning, okay? We have a bent over fly, all right? Karate chop again. Rotate that pelvis, slight bend in your elbows, shoulder height, they're just below, fight gravity on the way down, okay? Then overhead press. Get your weight, get ready. Here we go. Fly, 6 and 6, okay? So you're doing great, don't worry. I'll go over form here in just a minute. Here's the fly. And then overhead press. Grabbing all the weights today, huh? Okay, now here's the thing. Anytime you're standing, you're using that same form that you used for the bicep curls, the uprights, the Ys, everything, okay? Let me go through this, okay, if you need to. One side at a time. You can do the Y from a quad position, so on all fours, or did I say Y or fly? You can do the fly, my brain heard Y, but in case I didn't, you can do the fly on the ground, one side at a time, or alternate, okay? Now, for the fly, same position as the bent over row, okay? Karate chop at those hips, get your glutes back, rotate your pelvis, slight bend in your knees, your chest is over the ground, gaze is in front, all right? Arms here, slight bend, up, squeeze your shoulder blades at the top, control it down, all right? What I don't wanna see is turtle, all right? Nothing here moves, it's the arms that move, all right? Now for the overhead, same position that we've talked about before. Plant your feet underneath you, slight bend in your knees, rotate that pelvis right here, all right? Now, I want you to go to that field goal that we did in the warm-up. I don't want you to come down here, all right? Right here, fight through it, hold here for a couple seconds, get that time under tension, okay? Don't arch back. If you feel like, oh man, I'm starting to lose form, kick it back, okay? Pick weight that allows you to maintain form. It's challenging. Towards the end, maybe the last 10 maybe 15 seconds. It's challenging, but you can do a couple more, okay? So, challenge yourself, all right? Don't overdo it. Listen to your body. Remember to always check that exertion rate. Sip water during the breaks. Breathe through the moves. You have less than 30, so keep pushing. All right. And then we just go back to the top once more. And then you have a fun little bonus at the end, okay? And relax. All right, going back to the beginning. Bicep curl, full half, and then you're going to row, kick back. 6 and 6. You should know what weight you need to use now, so get it ready. I'm trying to decide. And it's always okay to go with a weight and then be like, I kind of need to bump this up. Or be like, I need to bump it down. Totally okay to do. Here we go. So, listen to your body. All right. Keep breathing for me. You have to breathe. Holding your breath puts way too much pressure on the pelvic floor. We don't want that, okay? Slow and controlled. You're not pumping it out like this. All right, if you have to swing to get it up, your weight's too heavy. All right, way too heavy. You're doing great. Bicep curl, row kick back. You're rowing up to your ribs, not your armpits, okay? Remember, you can do it one side at a time. Squeeze the triceps at the top, all right? Don't let your wrist go, keep it strong and straight. Can you beat the round that you got the first time? How many times were you able to go through the exercises? Can you beat that this time? Keep it up, you're doing great. I promise you, all right? I want you to make sure that during these moves, you're never doing this, all right? We don't want to ever, during any move, do this unless you're told to, specifically told to. Because I know some people get tired and they want to look down, maybe they want to look at their form, but when you're doing this, you're automatically making some muscles have to work, and the ones you need to work, you're stretching them out. So never do that unless you absolutely are told to, okay? You're doing great. Breathe. You're almost there. Less than 30, and then this round is done for good, all right? Listen to your body. If you need a drop or raise, go for it. Good job, all right. We're going on to the next one. This is that upright and that Y, all right? Remember, rotate, lock it in, bend, plant your feet, fight gravity, all right? Slow and controlled. Grab a sip of water if you need to. Figure out what weight you need to use. And remember, it's always okay to change it up. All right, here we go. Let's go. Breathe. Remember, for these uprights, you're pulling up, not back. So what I mean by that, Keep your elbows leveled. Don't let them do this. We want to target the muscles right here, not back here. You can try that if you want without your weight. Lift up with your elbows pointing out and up, and then just rotate, and you'll notice the shift in muscles that engage, okay? You're doing great. Keep your shoulders out of your ears. You're doing awesome. Keep going for me. Now the reason why for uprights you go up to your chest or just below is because going any higher than that is actually gonna put a lot of stress on your shoulders, okay? I know sometimes you see people that pull it up high. Sometimes they even call them like high rows or high pulls. Don't do that. It's wrecking your shoulders, and you can actually get shoulder impingement from it. So don't do that. Especially with the weight that you use for an upright. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Not worth it. It's just like push-ups. You never want to do the T position. A lot of people will do T as they push down. They let their elbows go out because people claim they get more work in their chest. And while you slightly do, it's not enough to where it's worth it, because that's putting a lot of stress on the shoulders. Again, can increase shoulder impingement. And not only that, I have like hair from my ponytail stuck on my eyelash. It's tickling me. But you want to go ahead and arrow for them, because that one keeps your shoulders in a good position, doesn't compromise them. And you get a little bit more work in certain muscles that are great for push-ups than you do with the T. So, little educational moment for you if you didn't know. You're doing great. Keep going for me. 6 and 6. Listen to your body. Listen to what it needs. Fight gravity on the way down. Breathe. You're almost there. Fight till the end. Good job. All right. Last round before your bonus. Your bonus, it's not like something crazy. Don't worry. But bent over fly, overhead press. I will show you the variations that you can do from the ground if you need to, so don't worry. But bent over here, and then you're going into overhead. Remember, form. All right. I know I talk about it a lot. Let's go. You're gonna hear me say it a lot, so get used to it. Be like, oh, rotate the pelvis. She's gonna say it. Let me show these roll out real quick, and then I will definitely show you the way on the ground. Remember, you can do one at a time. Totally okay to do. Keep that good form. Rotate that pelvis, core is engaged. No arching or rounding. Nice neutral position. Ribs are not flaring up. Keep them stacked over. All right. In pregnancy, rib flare is something most women get. Okay? I'll explain rib flare at the end, but I want to try and prevent it. All right, so if you need to do it from the ground, you can definitely do both. You're going to the quad position, okay? So, hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath your legs. This is if you need to, because maybe your back's getting too much and the kickstand isn't working, all right? Pretend I have weights in my hand right here. All right, you can even just do one at a time. You know, count 6, 6 on the other side. If you need to do overhead from the ground, right here, or stagger it. This actually is really good for your pelvic floor. This is something that beginners, I have them start down here. Not only that, but in postpartum, this is a position that I typically start in too, because when it helps the pelvis and the pelvic floor have to work together to be able to stabilize. But it also takes a lot of pressure off of the pelvic floor from having to stand. So it allows the pelvic floor to work a little bit more without as much pressure. So right here, and then swap it out. Totally okay to do. All right. Breathe for me. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Never hold your breath. Inhale the 360. Exhale and engage. And then perform. You always want to make sure that as you're, again, if you haven't watched these videos, go watch them. But as you exhale to start to engage your core, exhale for 2 or 3 seconds, then perform the move. Those 2 or 3 seconds helps your pelvic floor to prep and be prepared for the pressure that you're about to put on it. That's so good for your pelvic floor. Your pelvic floor will love you. It will love you. You keep going. I'm going to do just a couple for some good measure. All right. Now we have that little bonus. This bonus is 4 moves, 30 seconds each. We're just doing them once. All right. Let me show you the first 2 real quick. You're going to do inchworms. Walk out to hit that high plank. You can modify by coming down. Then you're walking it back in towards your feet. Then you're going into bear shoulder taps. Lift, tap, tap. All right. Inchworm first, 30 seconds. Don't worry, I'll go over there. Let's go. Walk it out, hit that high plank. Let me talk about that form real quick. In the high plank, first and foremost, make sure you have no pressure down on your pelvic floor, no diastasis, coning, bulging, doming, anything. If so, go to modified. If it's still happening, go to a wall, okay? You'll hit here if need be, weights in your hands, not in your feet, all right? Bear, hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips right here. Lift your knees off the ground just a little bit. Hold, tap the shoulders. Right here, this is all you're doing, all right? Your knees are off the ground just a couple of inches. They stay underneath your hips. They don't go up towards your elbows, okay? Your next one, you're coming down to a low forearm plank. You're gonna rock forward, back, same thing. Watch the core, feel the pelvic floor, all right? 2, 1, come on down right here. Rock, 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 rock. Now, you can come here and just hold. Totally okay to do, all right? Watch your core. If you need to, record yourself to see, is there any coning, doming, anything in that midline? You'll notice it. It looks like a point. It won't look flat or a little bit rounded, okay? 2, 1, flip it over. Last move, right here, tricep dips. All right, now I'm gonna move to my bench. You keep going. You wanna make sure, the only reason I'm going to my bench is because it allows me to get a little bit more depth, so I get a little bit more work. Totally up to you. The further out your legs, the harder. Further in, the easier. You're the movements coming from your arms, not your glutes, all right? Relax. See, it was a little burner bonus. Very short, but I wanted to give you just a little bit of cardio-ish type to finish off. All right, wherever you are, I want you to sit down, just breathe, okay? 360, practice it. If you need to, hands on your ribs, hands on your abdomen. Just feel your abdomen and your ribs expand. You can do both ribs, your back. The reason why I tell you to put their hands there is it's like a feedback cue, if you will. So don't worry if this feels weird if you've never done this before. We're gonna do it a lot and you're gonna hear me talk about it a lot throughout the program. but it's a foundational way that we as humans are actually supposed to breathe. Your abdomen, your ribs, your back, they're all supposed to expand, all right? Not your shoulders. This is an accessory breathing pattern. It's not the correct way. You're getting less air. You are triggering your nervous system, putting more stress on your body, your pelvic floor, your diaphragm, and your abdominal wall. Muscles that aid in respiration will go weak, okay? We don't want that. So 360 breathing, just keep breathing. I want you to focus on it and work on it just for another minute. Helps 1, your body to calm down. 2, great for the pelvic floor. 3, it helps with the abdominal wall and it helps with your core overall. So your core is not just your abdominals. It's your abdominals, your pelvic floor. It's a lot of different muscles that it's in that fit guide. If you ever want to look at it, go to the prenatal section. I talk about it in there. But there's a lot of muscles involved with it. It helps that to properly activate and stay strong, okay? Then you take that 360 breathing as the foundation and you learn how to do bracing through that and properly engaging the core. So it's a good way to calm down. It's a good way to warm up before a core workout, all these different things. So again, like I said, don't worry, you're gonna see this a lot more. I know it seems silly if you've never done it before, or if you aren't on like my social media and hear me talk about it a lot, but I promise you're gonna see it, okay? It's so important, okay? Wherever you are, bring one arm across. Now what I want you to make sure of for this is that you are not bringing your shoulder up towards your ear, only because you're not getting the stretch we want. So make sure it's not here, it's down here. Pull it close to towards your body, okay? You'll feel that deep stretch in there. Just keep breathing. You can do the 360 breathing even while you're doing this, but I just wanted you to have those few minutes where you really do just focus on it, especially if you've never done it before. I know it might feel like, I don't even know if I'm doing this right. Don't worry, you will get used to it. It is so good for you. Go ahead and switch. Not only, like I said, for everything, but it's really great to help you prepare for labor and delivery. 1, it'll help you breathe throughout it and be able to get the most air, which will help you a lot. But because it's a normal breathing pattern, it can actually help you relax a little bit more. But it also helps your core throughout all of the labor and delivery, which is awesome. So go ahead, bring one arm back. Now, as you do this, a lot of people will do this. You're not getting the stretch we want, okay? You're stretching out your neck. I want you to push your head into the arm that you're pulling this way. That's gonna get your triceps, which is what we want, okay? Keep your head up. Don't tuck your chin. If you don't wanna look straight forward, totally okay. Look down at an angle on the ground. Don't arch back with it, okay? Keep everything stacked. We don't want that rib flare. The rib flare, let me talk about that real quick. Again, you don't have to listen to me if you don't like all this educational stuff. So rib flare is something that happens in pregnancy. If you think about it, everything kind of gets all out of whack. Go ahead and switch from pregnancy. As the abdomen grows, everything gets pushed up and pushed out, okay? And every pregnancy is different. Not just from every person, but even one person can have different pregnancies altogether, which means that maybe one pregnancy, you know, they had a bigger belly, and then in another pregnancy, they don't. It's small. Really just depends, and that will have a play in it too. But like I said, the breathing also has a play in it because your ribs, your intercostal muscles do aid in respiration as well, which is why your ribs should move. Go ahead and relax. Big, exaggerated shoulder rolls here. As you go to the back, think about opening up your chest, okay? Very big, very exaggerated. But like I was saying, rib flare. Typically, if you are somebody who draws in your belly button a lot, like you suck it in a lot, you're prone to rib flare. If you arch like this a lot, you're prone to rib flare. And then of course, just because of other things from pregnancy. But if you've ever noticed where it feels like maybe you have like this kink in your back and you think it's like bra fat or something back there, go the opposite direction now. Big and exaggerated. Think about your back opening up as you go forward, all right? But as you do that, or as you see that, sometimes, more than likely, it is because of rib flare. That is called a hinge point. I'm trying to like over exaggerate it to try and see if you can see an example. Like, not that it's this, I don't know how this looks on camera, but it wouldn't be this exaggerated, you know, like a giant arrow, but it's pretty intense. You can definitely see it. Go ahead and relax. And a lot of people think they just have a lot of back fat, or that they have a lot of fat back here by like at the back of their hips, and that it's making their body look that way. And even postpartum, if maybe like the band size on your bra doesn't go down, but your cup size does, and it feels like nothing fits, more than likely it's because you have something going on with your ribs. And so again, like I said, very common in pregnancy. Almost every client I have seen has had it. I've had it. And there are members who have joined, they have it. And so it's all about just making sure you get everything back down. And typically once we are able to get everything back where it's supposed to be, functioning how it's supposed to, everything's back to normal. And they notice that hinge point's gone. They notice their bra starting to feel better. So just so you know, we want to try and avoid that rib flare as much as possible, because you're more than likely going to get a type of rib flare, whether it's one side, both sides, they go out, up and out. Really just depends. We want to try and minimize that, okay? So, I know I talked your ear off. I'm so sorry, but if you stuck around this long, well, congratulations. I hope that helped and that you learned a little bit. Like I said, I like to educate, so always feel free to mute me. But with that being said, thank you for being here. Thank you for working out with me. I cannot wait to see you again right back here for our next workout together. Remember to watch the intro videos if you haven't already. But with that being said, again, thank you. I cannot wait to continue this journey with you. I will see you right back here for our next workout together. Have a great day, night, week, weekend, whenever it is for you. And I'll see you very soon.